To make thorium reactors work, we need seed material that is U-233, and it's sitting at Oak Ridge, and it's being downblended every year. And once we lose that strategic material, it's gone forever because we don't have another reactor to create that type of seed material. China does because they understand what the future of nuclear power is. We don't. We're downblending a strategic material that could be used in cancer research and cancer cures, and we're destroying that asset.
The U.S. pioneered thorium reactor technology in the 1960s. These reactors cannot melt down, actually consumes nuclear waste, and do not rely on high-assay low-enriched uranium, which all the Department of Energy's next-generation reactors rely on. Mr. White, what's the chief problem with HALEU? It comes from Russia, correct?
Sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Do you believe that we should invest heavily in building out our own conversion enrichment infrastructure to eliminate our dependence on Russia for nuclear? And can we do it fast enough to meet our demands?
The Russian invasion of Ukraine puts into stark contrast the importance of our energy security. I completely agree that we need to build out capacity for a Western alternative to the Russian component of the uranium market, including conversion and enrichment capacity.
We have a $4 billion investment in those advanced reactor demonstration projects. I think we're totally counting on Russian fuel. Do we have any availability in this nation to get those HALEU fuels?
This concern is at top of mind for the Department of Energy's Office of Nuclear Energy. And while we do have some appropriations for our HALEU availability program, there are limits to the speed with which enrichment capability in the United States can be stood up, particularly in the context of the potential need for expanding enrichment in order to support Russian exit from the nuclear fuel market.
Okay, let's talk about U-233 just for a second. While we're destroying it, China is making it. And I think that you would agree with me it has some inherent value. And I believe there's some legal reasons that you're saying we have to destroy it. And I'm hoping that the committee here might be able to look into that as well. Can you just address U-233 for a second?
Congress has directed the Office of Environmental Management to dispose of the uranium-233 that's at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. That material, having some proliferation concerns, has increased the security stance of Oak Ridge National Laboratory, and Congress decided some time ago and directed the department to dispose of that material in order to reduce the security stance of Oak Ridge National Laboratory and reduce the costs of that security stance, which are significant. And so any change to the plan would require congressional direction.
In 2015, it was reported that the DOE planned to sign a 10-year agreement to build a molten-salt reactor with China. What's the status of that agreement?
I'm going to get back to you on that.
The DOE is destroying an important piece of our Cold War nuclear programs, Uranium-233.
You know, there's been talk of a uranium stockpile.
Uranium-233 is not part of the planned United States uranium stockpile. It's not a mined mineral. It's a man-made isotope of uranium. Different from natural uranium, different from enriched uranium. U-233, in an appropriately designed reactor, enables nuclear power without the creation of plutonium. It's the only way to do this. Plutonium is a pain. It's one of the reasons why nuclear waste isn't reprocessed. U-233 enables us to harness nuclear power without creating plutonium.
Mr. White, you're familiar with uranium-233?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I figured you were. Your office was tasked with downblending uranium-233 in 2001. Not only is 233 proven to create safe and clean power, its grandchildren isotopes are also valuable to fighting cancer. A May 2008 DOE report found that the destruction of uranium-233 threatened the supply of these life-saving treatments.
U-233, over time, creates a rare material, which creates a life-saving medical isotope, which can be used to fight dispersed cancers such as leukemia.
That will be the way we treat metastatic cancer disease, by having antibodies of high specificity carrying little nuclear weapons to destroy the tumors.
You need only a tiny amount of this highly radioactive material to give a really big dose to the tumor.
The DOE's 2010 audit report said that destroying uranium-233 would blunt scientific research and weaken National Security Administration's test readiness program. Mr. White, how many kilograms of this uranium-233 remain to be blended? Do you know?
I do not know that exact number off the top of my head, but I'll be happy to take that for the record and get that back to you.
450 that we have left, which is worth billions of dollars.
I was involved in making U-233 back at Savannah River in 1964. Producing U-233 seems simple. If you make 233 and it's contaminated with 232, you can't just work with it in a glove box.
China and India are busy creating U-233 for their own advanced reactors, while America is busy destroying its own supply. This is a terrible, wasteful, and expensive mistake.
You know how much it cost us to downblend this U-233?
Our budget request for this year is for $55 million.
$55 million, correct. $55 million to destroy something that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars that we also can use for other things. Do you find it odd that your agency is tasked with destroying something while at the same time the DOE gave this technology to China?
The laboratory spends over $50 million a year to safely store and secure this material, and it's being stored in some of the oldest operating facilities that we have in the Department of Energy, so the cost of continuing to store the material in these facilities is going to go up over time. At the moment, we actually have a very unique opportunity working with a public-private partnership to make use of some of the benefits that you just described. We have a partnership that allows our contractor, Isotech, to extract the thorium from the material. That is provided to another company, TerraPower, which uses the thorium to extract isotopes for life-saving cancer research. And in the process, some of the costs of our disposition activity is covered by that agreement between Isotech and TerraPower.
Right now at Oak Ridge National Lab, such materials are being created and harvested. This is a wonderful thing. However, after the life-saving medical isotopes are harvested, the U-233 is being mixed with natural uranium. This is called downblending. It renders the uranium-233 useless forever. U-233 is the ultimate source of otherwise unobtainable medical isotopes. U-233 is also needed for the development of amazingly efficient advanced nuclear power. China is building just such a reactor right now. They call it TMSR LF1, Thorium Molten-Salt Reactor Liquid Fuel 1. China will use TMSR to create life-saving medical isotopes, to create pollution-free energy, and to demonstrate their technological superiority over the United States. China isn't just passing the US on this. America is headed in the wrong direction.
We should be a leader in nuclear energy, and we should be. We have the capability of being. We've got to think about the next generation reactors. We've got to think about thorium, molten salt reactors that are walk-away safe. But let me tell you who is acting, and that is China. They are kicking our butts across the globe with nuclear power.
Why nuclear energy? Why molten salt reactor? And why thorium? And last but not the least, why China is the first one to eat the crab? That's Chinese saying. We need a revolutionary something happen.
Submit to the record 2012 summary meeting report between the Chinese Academy of Sciences and the U.S. Department of Energy. I would hope that we would really look at this to make sure that while we're destroying something, that in the future we're not going to have to turn around and try to either buy it from China, buy it from Russia. I'm sure we could find a better place that, if they're not wanting it there, heck, we'll take it in Alabama and put it in the Redstone Arsenal and protect it with our lives. But I just hate that we're destroying something that we're paying to have destroyed that we might use in the future.
Save the U-233. Do not downblend it.